I know that a job interview is a moment of great anxiety since we're so close to getting hired. But there are 7 mistakes, and if you make just one of them, you could lose the job. And I'm going to tell you what these mistakes are, along with tips on how to improve. Hello, how are you? I'm Romulo Gutierrez, and this is the Job Room channel. I've been a recruiter and a hiring manager for 28 years, and I'm going to tell you the 7 mistakes that can literally cause the job to slip right through your fingers. First, what's the first mistake? Don't memorize your lines for the interview. I'll give you a better tip. Instead of trying to memorize your phrases, your lines, or how to persuade the department manager or the human resources recruiter, don't do that. Always read the job description very carefully. Give it a good read. Based on that reading, circle 3 technical terms, 3 technical skills that you think are the most important for that position. So I'll give you an example. I'm a sales manager. Hypothetically, I'm a sales manager. And so I read in the job description that I have to manage sales indicators. I read that I have to manage teams and that I have to assist with new product launches. I get these 3 words fixed in my mind. And throughout the interview, as I'm being asked questions, I'll try to show what I've done to manage goals, how I manage teams, where I've participated in new product launches, all based on the questions that come up. This will make the interviewer picture you in the role, and your chances will increase a lot. Don't make the mistake of memorizing answers. The second mistake that can ruin your interview, giving unconvincing examples. Examples that aren't directly related to the position. Examples that don't have an impact for the position. I'll give you an example. I'm an accountant. I work in accounting. And then I start giving examples related to the training sessions I used to give at my last company. But the current job description doesn't mention that I'll be giving training. So why would I talk about something like that? So give examples focused on pay attention, star examples, where you'll talk about situations, tasks, actions, and results. You're on Job Room, there's a video about that. The second type of example, as I mentioned, is based on the key competencies of the position, the core skills for the job. The third type of example is always thought out beforehand. I always say that good candidates for a job interview already come with a treasure chest of examples. The examples shouldn't just come out during the interview without any thought. Read the job description carefully on your way to the interview or at home, and think of 2 or 3 good, real stories from your experience that best relate to the position. And here's a challenge for you. Throughout the interview, try to mention these examples. This will get you very close to getting the job. The third mistake, a lot of people make it. When you're asked, why did you leave your last job, and not having a good answer for it, you start over-explaining, you start talking too much, this type of thing, or this type of question, is for you to be direct, to the point, and truthful, but without going into too much detail. In fact, here on Job Room, we also have videos about why you left your last job. So I'll give you an example. I'm asked why I left my last job. I worked for 2 years, for example, as a maintenance engineer in the automotive industry. And then they asked me, why did you leave your last job? I'll answer it like this. First, I'll mention how long I was there, a great professional achievement I had there, and then I'll quickly state why I left. So I could say, well, at the XYZW company, I worked for 4 years. It was a very important period in my professional career. That's where I learned to work with project management using agile methodologies, which is in the job description. There. I was also involved in the entire production process of the new car, for example, the XYZWH, which is a sales success today. A professional achievement. And the reason for my departure was that the company was going through an internal reorganization. And they were letting go of some professionals who had been there for more than 2 or 3 years. And my time came to be let go, but I left on good terms, and now I'm looking for a new opportunity. A soft and calm answer. Don't make this mistake, okay? In fact, these mistakes I'm mentioning are in my ebook. My ebook is in the video description in the first comment, okay? It's the 50 mistakes you can't make in your job interview. And while we're at it, if you want to practice an interview, do a mock interview live and online to see if you do well, if you do poorly, where you need to improve. There's also a link for you to book the interview simulations, okay? There's a discount code for those of you who come from JobRoom. You'll click on the link. There you can choose the number of sessions, schedule the time, and make the payment through the Hotmart platform, which is an international platform that accepts payments in, well, over 100 countries and has clear refund policies as well. You schedule it and we'll practice the interview. JobRoom, new videos every Wednesday for you. So subscribe and leave a like. The fourth mistake, a lot of people make this one too. It's when you end up not showing improvement throughout your career path, your career process, so you fail to show. I think one of the most important skills for any field, any professional in this job market is adaptability. During your interview, show that you're a person who learns, improves, and adapts. Got that? Learns, improves, and adapts. Every time you manage to bring this into your interview, your chances of being approved increase greatly. Show it during the interview. The question is, tell me about your weaknesses. Look, a weakness is that I'm a bit stubborn. I'm not the type of person who gives up. I like to learn. If I don't understand something, I ask again. I look for information until I can learn and deliver it satisfactorily. So I think that's a weakness. Sometimes I need to improve and understand that it's not always possible. In reality, you're not deceiving the interviewer, but you're turning a weakness into a professional virtue. That's a tip. The third question here, wait, I lost count. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth question now. The fifth question, which is also important, or a mistake you can't make, not showing. There are 3 things you can never let the person, the interviewer, notice. This tip alone is worth the whole video. Don't show yourself as an inflexible person, meaning someone who can't adapt to situations. If they notice you're like that, you'll be summarily eliminated from the interview. That you have difficulty dealing with conflicts. That's another serious mistake. You have to show you're a person who can handle contradictions, who can deal with opinions different from your own, who knows how to be flexible to negotiate. I usually say that life doesn't give us what we deserve. Life gives us what we negotiate. So it's important to show that. And another thing, within these 3 points, you should never show. Don't appear inflexible, don't show difficulty in managing conflicts, and don't appear fragile under pressure. If you show these things for any position, an operational role, a tactical role, a strategic role, you will certainly fail your interview. The second mistake, or rather the 6th mistake that can ruin everything, I call it the 3-minute rule. Closed-ended questions in an interview. For example, Romulo, what city do you live in? I live in the city of Rio de Janeiro. Romulo, what's your educational background? Work psychologist. Closed-ended questions. You're not meant to elaborate on the answer. That tires out the recruiter. A 10-second, 5-second answer. Now, open-ended questions. Tell me a little about your professional career. I'll expand on the answer. 2 to 3 minutes is ideal. Don't answer open-ended questions too quickly because you miss the chance to show your skills. You miss the chance to really show why you deserve that position. On the other hand, don't be that annoying candidate who just talks and talks and talks and never gets to the point. They go on for 4, 5, 6 minutes. Either the technical area manager or the recruiter will get tired of your answer and you'll fail, unfortunately. And the first big mistake, here I've listed it as the 7th, but I think it's the one that unfortunately causes the most candidates to fail, is precisely the question, tell me about yourself. Not having a good script for tell me about yourself. It's the first question asked in 91% of interviews. I've left a complete script for you to work on this first answer with a lot of enthusiasm, really showing that you're the most competent person for the job. Just by answering tell me about yourself in this video right here. Go watch it. It'll help you a lot. All the best with your preparation. A big hug and see you next time. Bye.